Hey guys, so the Boost Up campaign for the Future tag is currently underway, and this will be our campaign for October, which once again should be the final campaign before Legends Fest begins, close to the end of November. What these Boost Up campaigns are, I actually forgot about this when I was talking about the way that they named this campaign. The GT campaign was also labeled as a Boost Up campaign. So it seems like this is going to be a standard format for these tag buffing, like mini celebrations moving forward. And I expect that after Legends Fest is over, as we move into 2026, they'll probably just make this into a kind of normal monthly format for how they do these campaigns, just to buff the tags that haven't been touched in a while. So just to quickly go through some of these posts, right? The next Boost Up campaign theme is Future. Get ready to power up your future parties. And then something that I've actually liked that they've done with these is they have a specific exchange shop that have only items in there related specifically to Future. So they have like the Awakened equipment memories that are cheaper to purchase in there. They have co-op equips that are cheaper to purchase in there than they normally are. They have Awakened Z power for Zenkai characters that I think are cheaper in the exchange shop than they typically are. So this is good. Introducing the exchange shop exclusive to the Boost Up Future campaign upgrade items for Tag Future, available for exchange at a discount. So this campaign is now on, and what I think we will be seeing for the Future campaign in terms of the character releases, it'll probably be one legendary finished character, one Legends Limited character, and one Ultra character. Most likely outcome is 1 and 1. The least likely outcome, I think, is LF, double LF. If we get 2 LFs this month, okay, if we get 2 LFs this month, I would assume that we are getting 2 LFs during Legends Fest, similar to how we did during the anniversary. We knew something was up when they only gave us 1 Ultra in between Fest 2024 and the 7th anniversary. Lo and behold, we got 2 Ultras for the anniversary. We only have 1 Ultra so far in between anniversary and this festival, which is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. That's why we are expecting to get another Ultra here. The past 2 years, we have gotten Ultra Majin Vegeta and Ultra Janemba in October as the October Ultra. So I think chances are pretty high that we will go into Legends Fest having 2 Ultras in between the 2 major celebrations, which means that we should only be getting 1 Ultra at the end of Legends Fest. But we'll see. We'll see. The question becomes, what is the order of the releases? Is it Ultra first and then LF, or is it LF first and then Ultra? Typically speaking, we get an LF in the middle of the month, and then the Ultra drops at the end of the month. The way that they've been structuring the banner releases recently, so let's actually open the summon page here. Last week, we ended up having this October limited banner release, which is basically just a reformatted version of the Limit Break banner. At the same time, they brought back the Ultra Full Power Frieza banner, probably just the most sought after character right now for people who did not pull him during the anniversary. And then this reset day yesterday, I don't know when this video is probably going up a day or 2 after I record this, but the Limit Break banner, which just came out yesterday, is also out, right? So we have essentially 1, 2, 3, what I would consider to be, please spend your CC on these banners now banners, is what these are. Please empty your pockets now, is what these banners are telling you to do. Typically, when we see this kind of behavior from the developers, it most likely means that we are getting a particularly exciting or hype release coming up, and that most often means it's an Ultra character. So I do actually expect that next week's reset on the 15th will bring us an Ultra character. I also expect there to be a Legends information announced for the 14th, which is Tuesday night. I guess Tuesday night my time, Tuesday morning for most of you guys in the US. I will actually be gone from Friday the 10th to Tuesday the 14th, and I should, assuming my flight does not get like superbly delayed, I should be back like just in time for a 11 p.m. Japan time Legends information, which is when they typically are. So hopefully I don't get delayed, and I can be here to react live to the reveal, which is what I usually do. But if not, I'll just react to stuff after the fact, which is not a huge deal, because I'll definitely be here for the release of the character on the 15th, whoever it is. So I do expect an Ultra on the 15th, and then we'll get the last major character release before Legends Fest, either on the 29th, which is the last reset day of the month, or the 31st if they want to delay the release till the end of the month. But it's going to be one of those 2 days, 29th and the 31st. So we are expecting 2 major releases here for Future. I do have the Future tag pulled up here, and I do have a few picks for both the Ultra slot and the LF slot for the characters that I think are most likely to be introduced here. So Future is in a bit of a weird position, and the reason why I think they're in a bit of a weird position is because they actually really focused a lot on this tag less than 1 year ago, right? We started with Legends Fest. Part 1 of Legends Fest gave us transforming Vegito Blue and transforming Goku Black, okay? That was what happened, part 1. On the 1% sparkings we had were Mai, and then the Cell and Frieza. We had this blue Goku who dropped. He was a free-to-play blue Goku for New Year's. I mean, it's a free-to-play character, so I don't really think it holds much credence, but we got the blue Goku. January, we end up getting LF Future Gohan and Trunks, the first ever Succession character, alongside the Sparking Android 18. Then we get LF Fusion Zamasu alongside Sparking 17. Then we get Super Trunks, who came out alongside the Cell Games Goku as the 1% Sparking. And then we get Ultra Cell. So they really like spammed the hell out of the Future tag for kind of like this 3 to 4 month span, starting with the end of 2024, leading through the first quarter of 2025. So we can look at some of these options for Future, but I actually think, granted how vast the array of characters that exist for the Future tag, I actually think there's a very limited few options that we could see. But I kind of looked at all the different possibilities that I thought were at least reasonably feasible to come out. And what we'll do here is we'll start off with the LF possibilities, and then we'll jump into the Ultra possibilities. So what I'll do here is we'll start with the LF characters, and I'll go from what I think are probably the least likely to most likely characters. So before we start talking about LFs, I will just start with this. Typically what happens is August and September are relatively quiet. And when I say relatively quiet, it's usually very quiet, okay? Usually August and September, alongside February and March, are what I would consider off-season for Dragon Ball Legends. Very low hype character releases typically, usually not like super crazy meta shifts. Those usually happen during the major celebrations, and then the months leading into the major celebrations. Typically April is where we see some pretty crazy stuff happen, and the same thing with October. So this month we should start to see some not only significant meta shifts or developments. I mean, we'll see, because the new design philosophy, they've been doing things a bit differently this year, but we should also expect to see, I think, a slight bump or a slight increase in excitement or hype levels for these character releases. Last year we had Ultra Majin Vegeta, who, I mean, Majin Vegeta, one of the most popular characters in the entire Dragon Ball franchise, just dropped in October, kind of as the pre-Legends Fest, please summon on this banner level character. And I mean, if you summon on that banner, obviously you weren't going to be disappointed, but okay, so in terms of LF characters, this is the reason why I mentioned that, by the way, is because it's going to feed into my explanation here. I'm going to go from least likely to most likely. So the first character I'm going to talk about, actually, we don't have in the game at all. Actually, we kind of do. It's a combination of two different, quote unquote, two different characters. It is going to be this guy. And what I have here on my list here is Heat Dome / Tank Top Trunks. Tank Top Trunks does not actually exist in the game, which is pretty crazy, considering I think most people would agree that it's one of the best looks for Trunks. What is Tank Top Trunks? If you aren't familiar, Tank Top Trunks is essentially Trunks. It is this exact same version of Trunks, but it's he's just wearing a different outfit. It's when Trunks returns to the future and he just completely obliterates 17 and 18. That's the version of Trunks. And then this Heat Dome Trunks is the same Trunks. It's just like, you know, a different scene where he has the Saiyan armor on and he does the Heat Dome attack against First Form Cell. So I think what they could do is they could combine this guy and Tank Top Trunks. They would actually make the character have the tank top on because it's a look that doesn't exist for Trunks in the game. And what they could do is they could make the LF this Heat Dome attack, but then his blue card could be like the attack that he does against 17 and 18 that just... I actually can't remember if that, like, the attack I'm thinking of where he like extends his arm out and just like blasts them. I don't remember if that was specifically... I think it was against 17. I think it was the attack he just obliterates 17 with that. And that's the attack I would expect for a blue card. But in my mind, they would just combine these two because it's the same. It's literally the same Trunks. It's just like a different outfit for them. But we need a tank top Trunks in the game, and I think this could be a good one. But I'm going to put that as least likely just because I think the other options that I'm going to be talking about here are more exciting, more hype, and over the course of the past month and a half, we have gotten very low-level hype characters, and we really need to start ramping things up here. We do. I mean, purple Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku. A GT Goku who does not go Super Saiyan 4 is not exactly exciting. And then, well, as much as I love the design of Android 13, I think he's probably... I mean, straight up, I think he probably is just the best designed character of 2025. As much as I love his design, Android 13 is the, objectively, factually speaking, the least exciting, the least hype, character-wise, legendary Finnish character we got during 2025. So we're on a dry streak right now. We need to start getting things more excited. We start getting more exciting things here. Okay, so that was the first pick here. The second pick on my list is actually going to be another Trunks, but it is going to be a version of this guy. Rage Trunks. Rage Trunks, I believe, only has one character. I think this is it, right? Rage Trunks, I don't think, has another version in the game. I mean, Sword of Hope Trunks, I wouldn't consider to be the same as Rage Trunks. Let's see. Yeah, because it says parentheses Rage. I don't think there's any other Rage Trunkses in the game. If I just do Control F Rage. Let's see. I don't know. It doesn't even highlight it. I'm gonna have to like manually look at this. Yeah, because it's the free-to-play purple one, but this is just a copy and paste of the yellow one. This is a second anniversary character. So for the past 5.5 years almost, we've not gotten a new version of Rage Trunks. Again, I am considering Rage Trunks to be a separate character from Sword of Hope Trunks because by the time the Trunks uses the Sword of Hope, he's no longer in like the Rage form. It's kind of like a controlled version of Rage. It's kind of weird. They never really explain what Rage really is. But it's like just an enhanced version of Super Saiyan, essentially. So I think we can get a new version of that, Trunks. The LF that I'm thinking of in my mind that they could do for this, I think it was right... It's like when Goku Black and Zamasu are hanging out at like their lodge or whatever, and Trunks does the Gallic. I think it's against Goku Black. Trunks does the Gallic gun against Goku Black. You know what it is? It's the, in Dokkan terms, it's the tech transforming Trunks. His Super Saiyan form, super attack, is the Gallic gun I'm thinking of. That I could see being an LF. I mean, if they're going to do GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku's Kamehamehas and LF, I mean, this is a more exciting attack than that. They could easily make that into an LF. But Rage Trunks, we definitely need a new version of him. So that's going to be my next pick here. The next character on the list of potential LF characters is actually going to be a remake of this Vegeta. This is a very, very old character. This is a post first anniversary character. This guy actually dropped in, I think it was November of 2019. Because it was Red Kid Buu and LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku in October. And then the next month in November, they like immediately dropped this guy and Red Rose Goku Black. And back then, it was not very common to get an LF 2 months in a row, and people were like, oh my god, this is so fast, like how could you drop this so quickly? But this Vegeta was probably the best character in the game. This guy was probably the best unit in the game when he dropped. It was a competition between him and like 1 or 2 other units, but this guy was really, really, really good. And I think just an all-purpose kind of like blue Vegeta from the Goku Black saga, the Future Trunks saga, could be a decent LF. Like they could just redo all this guy's animations. I mean, this guy's like 6 years old, so yeah, they could redo a lot of what this character is doing. A lot of the animations, I guess they could have done, they kind of reused a little bit for the father-son Gallic Gun character, but I mean, just a standalone Vegeta they could definitely do as a new unit. And then the next character on the list after Vegeta is just going to simply be a Blue Goku from the same thing. By the way, this Blue Vegeta is also the same kind of thing. Like, he's also Blue Vegeta from the Future Trunks saga. But Blue Goku, this is a character that they really haven't used basically any animations for at all. They could tie the Kaioken in with this. Remember, Goku does the Kaioken against Fusion Zamasu and does like that kick. Knocks him down, kind of like destroys his halo. He does the Kamehameha versus Fusion Zamasu that overpowers. I think it's what is it, the Divine Wrath or something, or the I don't remember what it's called. The giant like supernova attack. It kind of looks like the Beerus attack. Goku essentially overpowers that with the Kamehameha. The funniest thing ever, dude. Father-son Gallic Gun direct hit on Fusion Zamasu does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Fusion Zamasu just shrugs it off like it did literally nothing. No damage. Zero damage. Nothing. Goku by himself Kamehamehas him, like blows away half his body. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, this Goku, I mean, we can have like the back fist that Blue Goku does against Zamasu. We don't have that in the game at all. That is kind of tied to this character in particular, because this is like when Goku becomes enraged. His green card is him basically screaming and becoming enraged, because this is like when after Zamasu tells him that he killed Chi-Chi and Goten from the future timeline, is why he becomes so mad. So just like any version of Blue Goku from the Future Trunks saga, I think they could just turn that character into an LF. There's a lot of animations they could use from just Goku's scenes fighting Goku Black. There's Goku fighting together with Trunks they could turn into animations. So there's a lot they could pull from for this Goku, potentially as an LF character for the Future Trunks saga. And then the last character I have in terms of an LF potential that I think probably is the most likely. And the reason why I was even thinking about not putting this at 1 is because of the Zenkai that we just got, but it is a tag Goku Black and Zamasu character. It is criminal. Okay, it is criminal that the tag mechanic came out 4 years ago and we still don't have a tag Goku Black and Zamasu. When you think of the tag mechanic, there are like a handful of characters that just immediately jump out to you, like really instantly, and one of those characters is Goku Black and Zamasu. Okay, literally like the first character, almost the first character you think of is Goku Black and Zamasu. So I don't know what moment they are waiting for to use that. We last year had an LF Goku Black who transforms into Rosé. Beginning of the year we had a Fusion Zamasu LF. They gave us the Zenkai for this character this week, the green Zamasu Goku Black assist. Again, this is not a tag character, this is an assist character. When are we going to get a tag Goku Black and Zamasu? And just for transparency's sake, they should, and eventually probably will, do 2 versions of tag Goku Black and Zamasu. One that doesn't fuse, and one that does fuse via the Synchro Gauge. I don't think they would drop a Synchro Gauge tag Goku Black and Zamasu this month. Number one, I just don't think that's something they would just drop during a normal non-big celebration month. I don't think the Synchro Gauge, I mean, we're still waiting for them to bring back the Synchro Gauge for the first time ever, right? The only time we've ever seen it was 6th anniversary. The Synchro Gauge mechanic to me is a mechanic that I think is probably just reserved for major celebrations, if they ever bring it back, which I hope they do. That's number one. And then number two, I mean, we just got a Fusion Zamasu this year. And if they did do the Synchro Gauge, I would assume that the character post Synchro Gauge would be just normal Fusion Zamasu. I guess what they could do is they could do tag Goku Black and Zamasu, Synchro Gauge Fusion Zamasu, and then he just immediately strikes himself with lightning and becomes corrupted. That would be sick. Do I think that's an October LF? No, I don't think that's like a major, that's like a part 1 character of a major celebration. So I think what they're probably going to do here is, if they do a Goku Black and Zamasu tag character, it's just going to be exactly that. It's going to be tag Rosé and Zamasu as a character, and their LF will probably just be like the dual. It's basically just an enhanced version of this character's blue card. It'll just be like the the attack where they both shoot like the ball that like spins around, that'll be the LF of that character, I would assume. So I think that's most likely. And then again, the only reason why I didn't have, I was kind of debating whether or not I wanted to have them at my most likely position on this list is because this character just got a Zenkai Awakening and it's basically the same character. But I don't think that actually matters. Like we need, eventually we're going to get a Tag Goku Black and Zamasu. What's probably going to happen is every single time they buff Future, my prediction for the LF will just simply be Tag Goku Black and Zamasu until it's done. Right, because it's crazy that they have not done it yet. So those are my picks for a potential LF. Those are 5 picks that I have. Now for Ultras, I actually have 6 candidates here. Again, we will go in order of least likely to most likely, I think. So the least likely character I think we could get, but I think it's at least still on the table as an Ultra, which will eventually happen, is Future Gohan. Ultra Future Gohan will happen at some point. Is it the time right now? Maybe. I mean, I doubt it. I think this Yellow Future Gohan, I mean, he's the oldest LF without a Zenkai. I think this is a perfect chance during this celebration to give us a Zenkai for this character. So if they Zenkai LF Future Gohan, are they really going to then turn around and give us an Ultra Future Gohan? Probably not. That's not usually how they handle things. They could do it. I mean, eventually, Future Gohan is a character that I think is worthy of getting an Ultra for sure. If Turles has an Ultra, Future Gohan is easily on the table for an Ultra at some point, but we'll see. I don't think it's super likely right now, but I think it's at least possible for sure. Next character I think that could potentially get an Ultra is this Trunks. We have the, I called him second Super Saiyan Trunks because it's the second ever Super Saiyan introduced into the series. This is Trunks versus Mecha Frieza and King Cold. This is probably the most iconic Trunks scene ever, right? Yeah, I mean, I can't think of another Trunks scene that kind of matches the iconicness of this one. I think it's just a moment that needs more representation. We've only had this one LF, and he was kind of just like a nothing burger release. I mean, he didn't really impact anything. His Zenkai was not very good, so like kind of a sad life for this character. But an Ultra version of this character, I mean, it's definitely going to happen at some point, but similar to like Future Gohan, I don't know if it's right now, but maybe. Next character we've already talked about in the LF section, but I think just an Ultra version of Blue Vegeta from the Future Saga is good. Once you get into, I mean, I hate to say this because it makes me feel old, kind of. But once you get into the discussion of talking about character hype levels, excitement levels, when it comes to games like this, and I want to be very careful with the way that I word this, the audience tends to be on the younger side for the most part. I'm not saying everybody watching this video is like 10 years old. But if you're going to be comparing characters like Future Gohan, like the Trunks that fights Mecha Frieza and King Cold, versus characters like Blue Vegeta, Blue Goku, Fusion Zamasu, things like that, it's typically going to be the newer Dragon Ball Super related characters that generate more excitement for most players. I don't make the rules. That's just the way it is, right? So when it comes to hype levels and excitement, I think I would rank like the Blue Super Saiyans above like this version of Trunks or Future Gohan. So that's why I'm gonna put, I have Vegeta here, and then I also have Blue Goku once again. I think either of these characters could realistically be a potential Ultra for the celebration. Blue Goku from the Future Saga and Blue Vegeta from the Future Saga. Okay, so those are 6 through 3. No, sorry, 6. Yeah, 6 through 3 on the list. So the top 2 potential Ultra candidates I have, I mean, this is not surprising. The first, number 2 on the list is going to be Corrupted Fusion Zamasu. This is a big one. I think this guy probably will be he'd be a really good Majin Vegeta slot Ultra. He would. Again, Majin Vegeta is one of the most exciting and hype characters just in Dragon Ball in general. But I would also say the same thing about Corrupted Fusion Zamasu. Corrupted Fusion Zamasu is very, very hype. Is he more hype than Rose? I don't think so. I think Rose, and the reason why I don't have Rose on this list, spoiler alert, I don't have Rose on the list anywhere, like standalone Rose, is because number one, we already have an Ultra Rose here. They can definitely do a new one, but I mean, I don't think it's time yet. And then number two, we got this guy not that long ago, like a transforming Goku Black. So I don't have Goku Black in here. I don't have Vegito Blue on the list, or Vegito at all, because I don't think they would. I mean, do you guys think they would drop Ultra Vegito Blue for October? No. Right. We need hype characters, but this is like anniversary headlining level. I don't think Vegito Blue's dropping in October here. But Fusion Zamasu, correct Fusion Zamasu. I mean, the reason why, by the way, I have this guy at number 2 and not number 1 is just simply because we already had a Fusion Zamasu this year. So I think it's a little bit less likely than the number 1 character, who's going to be Sword of Hope Trunks, as the Ultra for this month. Sword of Hope Trunks is a character that we really are overdue for a new version of. This is like a really exciting character, and I think October is a perfect time to drop Sword of Hope Trunks as an Ultra, because this is like the level of excitement and hype this character brings to the game, I think is like just not at the level where they could drop him as a part 3 Ultra to a major celebration, but he works perfectly in like an October slot. He works perfectly in like an April Ultra slot. So them dropping him this month, I fail to see a better opportunity for them to ever give us an Ultra Sword of Hope Trunks than right now. I don't think they're ever going to have a better opportunity than right now to drop Ultra Sword of Hope Trunks. And I don't know if I could say the exact same thing about Fusion Zamasu, because Fusion Zamasu is a little bit more tag dependent than Sword of Hope Trunks is. But both these characters, I would be very happy with either one of these guys as the Ultra for this month. But that is essentially going to wrap up my predictions here. So you guys let me know what you think of picks for the LF and picks for the Ultra characters. I guess we could just recap quickly. For LF potential candidates, I have Heat Dome / Tank Top Trunks. We have Rage Trunks. We have Blue Vegeta, Blue Goku, and then my most likely pick is a tag LF Goku Black and Zamasu. And then for Ultras, we have Future Gohan. We have the second Super Saiyan Trunks. We have Blue Vegeta, Blue Goku. We have Corrupted Fusion Zamasu, and then Sword of Hope Trunks. And I want to just end with this as well. Let's just say the Ultra is first. Ultra drops on the 15th, and the Ultra is the Zamasu. It's Ultra Corrupted Fusion Zamasu. That would probably have an impact on who I thought the LF would be after this. Like, if we get this guy, I then don't think we would also get Tag Goku Black and Zamasu. I think they'd probably more so focus the next character to be probably like a hero character. So it wouldn't be Goku Black and Zamasu. It could be, you know, Blue Vegeta, or it could be, you know, I don't know, Rage Trunks, something like that. And then the vice versa of that too. If we get Sword of Hope Trunks as the Ultra first, I then don't think they're going to just turn around and give us an LF Rage Trunks, right? I mean, so it's really dependent on what we get first, and that would dictate what the next character would be. So future campaign is currently in full swing. We have a reveal probably next week, and then at the end of the month we'll have our second release, and then the wait for Legends Fest begins. Let me know what you guys think of these picks. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.